Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to do another weight loss diary. I just wanted to quickly explain why the last couple of weeks they haven't been uploaded as regularly as what I said they would be. Unfortunately, in the beginning of March my grandma passed away. It was really difficult. I don't want to go too much in depth because obviously it's a very personal thing, and I just wanted to spend some time with family. I really wasn't up for like filming and editing and all that, so I just wanted to just give myself a bit of a break. So I'm sorry that they weren't uploaded as regularly as I wanted them to be, but as I'm sure you can imagine, like I said, I just was spending time with family and it just wasn't something that was on my mind. So I'll do my weight first, and then I will explain how the last 2 weeks have been. And what my kind of plans are for the next couple of weeks. So my start weight on the 3rd of September 2016, I was 13 stone 4 pounds and 4 ounces. My last weigh-in that I gave you on the 2nd of March, I was 12 stone and 9 pounds. And then when I weighed myself on Friday, which was the 16th of March, I was 12 stone, 7 pounds and 8 ounces. So in the last 2 weeks, I have lost about £1.5 pounds. To be honest, I am quite happy about that. I mean, as long as my weight goes down, then I really can't feel that negative about it. I'm really not trying to put too much pressure on myself to lose a lot of weight really quickly, because it's just not a realistic thing to happen. And there will be some weeks where I'll lose more than other weeks. In terms of the last 2 weeks though, the first week I wasn't really being that good. I was quite upset quite a lot, and I was just not really concentrating on anything else that was going on. And then last week I sort of started to get into it a bit more, and I definitely think that helped like my weight go down. This kind of made me realise something that I wanted to actually talk about in today's video. I spoke last week about some like rules that I'd given myself. I have tried to follow them. There's obviously going to be times when I'm not going to follow them. I mean, a couple of days ago I ended up having a McDonald's, which, you know, I kind of, when I got it, I just wasn't really thinking. And, you know, we'd gone to a like service station that has like loads of different food places. And I just got myself McDonald's and I ate it, and then after eating it I just kind of thought I probably could have made a better decision about what I got, but like I said, I just didn't think. I just thought, oh, I fancy this, I'll get it, and then I ate it. And it was only afterwards that I thought I really probably could have thought a bit better about what I eat. And I spoke about this before. If you're going out for dinner, you know, you don't want to order something that you're not going to like. However, there are probably going to be healthier things that you will like. Like for me, you know, I quite like to have a wrap from McDonald's or from KFC or something like that. So I probably could have made a decision to get that rather than what I did get, which was a burger and chips and a McFlurry. So that is definitely something that, you know, was a bad decision on my part. Stuff like that is going to happen every once in a while, but it's not something that I want to happen on a regular basis. But anyway, this is what it made me kind of realise. And I was thinking about, you know, obviously I've been going through this for even longer than I've been doing, you know, talking about it on YouTube. My weight has fluctuated so much I feel like since I was like 18, when I really kind of started to, you know, think about my weight and feel like I could think about my weight and everything like that. I did them rules because I thought that that's what would make it easier for me. That's what would make it sort of easier for me to follow, make me stick to it, keep me motivated, and to some extent it has. But after what happened with my grandma, I did start to think about why I keep getting myself into the position where I'm either not losing weight or I'm gaining weight. I think it's one thing making changes in your life, but I think it's important to address why you've got yourself in that position, what has made you get in that position, because then in the future hopefully I can avoid ever getting in this position again. And it's something that I've really never thought about. There's a couple of things that I've never spoke about this before, but I think it's important to remember. Obviously everybody has a different kind of body type. Some people find it really difficult to gain weight. Some people find it really difficult to lose weight. Some people find it really easy to put on muscle. Some people find it really difficult to put on muscle. You know, there's so many different things. And you hear about people talking about like ectomorphs, endomorphs and mesomorphs or something like that, which is basically a like different body types. One is like a really athletic body type. One is someone who finds it really difficult to gain weight, and one is like someone who finds it really difficult to lose weight. And I always thought I was the one that was really difficult to lose weight, which I can't remember which one it is. And I did a online test because I thought it would show me that anyway, but I just kind of did it more for fun. And rather than it actually saying I was 100% one, it gave me different percentages of other, which kind of made me realise that I personally don't think you could ever categorise yourself as one of these completely. I think even though you might be someone who finds it really difficult to gain weight, I don't think it's physically impossible. I just think you have to just try that a little bit harder, try different things, and eventually it would work. There's so many people that have completely changed their body shapes with like diet and exercise and just being generally healthy, that they've kind of, you know, almost shunned away that category of whatever they're supposed to be and completely changed themselves. And I think I don't want to label myself that, because it's almost like an excuse of, oh, you know, I find it really difficult to lose weight, so there you go. But to be honest, I think looking back, I don't really see myself as that kind of person that finds it really difficult to lose weight. If anything, I think for me, if I try somewhat hard, I don't even have to try really hard. If I try somewhat hard, then I lose a little bit of weight. If I'm not really paying much attention to what I eat, then I generally actually maintain weight. Whereas I can absolutely pig out, and trust me, it does happen. It has happened in the past. Then I will gain weight. I tend to, if I eat really, really, really bad over the course of like a week, then I will gain a little bit of weight. But I think I've always seen myself as somebody who finds it really difficult to lose weight, when in actual fact, I actually find it fairly easy to maintain weight. I eat pretty bad and I gain weight, and I try somewhat hard and I lose weight. So really speaking, I am a little bit of everyone, I guess, in some sense, which then made me think, like, what exactly is it that I'm doing where I'm going so wrong? And I think there's a few things that I've realised. So when I first started this, when I was doing really, really well and I was consistently losing weight for like weeks and weeks and weeks on end, I had a really good routine. And for me, one of the biggest things that I feel like I need is a regular routine. I drop back off at school. I would then go to the gym in the morning. I'd come home. Because I'd just been to the gym, the last thing I wanted to do was eat something that I shouldn't eat. So I would always eat something very, very healthy for lunch. And then I would eat a very healthy dinner, because again, I would think, right, well, I went to the gym this morning, so I don't want to ruin that. And I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow morning. So that was something that really, really, really made me motivated, because I didn't want to, you know, feel like I was wasting my time doing something that, you know, I was going to spoil with food. Because obviously the thing that's going to affect you most is what you eat, rather than going to the gym. Going to the gym is just kind of something that helps you along the way. So that was something that I found really, really worked well for me. I was in a really, really good routine and I felt very happy, very confident. I think it really showed in my videos that it really worked. Another thing that I used to do that I felt like really, really helped me out was that I used to show what I was eating on Snapchat. I think it really made me like think about what I was going to be eating. I would think, right, is this something that I would want to show, that I'm being good, that I'm being healthy? And it generally was, you know, and it really did kind of keep me motivated, because I thought, I know that there was a lot of people who, you know, have said to me how helpful they find these videos, and I didn't want to feel like I was letting anyone down. So that was something else that kept me motivated. One thing I've realised, that if something in my life changes drastically, as in like job and, you know, something that alters my routine, I don't just kind of jump into a new routine or just kind of slightly tweak it to fit. I kind of stop what I'm doing and just kind of fall off all this healthy stuff. When I first started going to the gym, I didn't really work that much during the week, and then very quickly I started working a lot of hours during the week. So I would go into work as soon as I dropped Brooke off at school, I'd work for a couple of hours, and then I think, oh, but I need to go home and have some lunch, because I'd be absolutely starving, and then I didn't want to walk all the way back to work to go in the gym, and I just kind of fell out of my routine. And it's the same thing if I am upset, if I'm having a bit of a stressful time, if something is on my mind, I really find it difficult to concentrate on like what I'm eating and being healthy. I just kind of almost let myself use it as an excuse. I suppose in some ways, like, I'm a bit of an emotional eater. Like if someone or something upsets me, rather than like just forgetting about it or put it to the back of my mind, I generally tend to like think about it a lot, stress about it a lot, which then causes me to just think, oh, do you know what, I don't care, like I'm just going to eat what I want. And this is something that's, I feel like, has been really difficult for me to realise, but in the past, if somebody makes a comment about my weight, which I have been quite lucky, I've never really had that. I think there's been like one time when I was walking to work, and this was years ago when I was a lot bigger, and there were some people making comments about my bum, about how big my bum was, and it did upset me quite a lot. Some people would find that a motivation to lose weight, but for me, I just find it as a reason to get upset, which makes me think, do you know what, I don't want to address it, I don't want to think about it, I'd rather just ignore it, which is so bad. And I think me kind of finally realising it and, saying it has definitely made me, it helps me out so much. And I think it's really important to realise that, you need to address what's going to help you, and you need to think about what's led you to be in that situation. So for the last kind of over 6 months, my routine, my schedule has been completely all over the place. It's changed. It's gone from me working loads of hours to me not working that many hours. And when I sort of stopped working as many hours as what I was, you'd think that I would just go back to the gym, and I just found it really, really difficult. I wasn't, if I'm not happy with my routine and what I do on a day-to-day basis, I find it really difficult to have the motivation to do something. But at the beginning of February, I actually changed jobs. My day-to-day routine has once again changed drastically, and I have kind of let it get in the way, I suppose, which is what is going to change. So basically now I work, I think I mentioned this before, I work in Brooke's school Monday to Friday, but I go in for an hour every day. I go in 12 till 1, so it's like right in the middle of the day when Brooke's at school. So I have a couple of hours in the morning and I have a couple of hours in the afternoon. At first I did find it a bit difficult, because I'd feel like I didn't have enough time to do anything in the morning, because I'm the type of person, if I start something and can't finish it, I get very frustrated, which is something that took me a while to get used to. And I wanted to wait until I was used to it, till I started to think, right, okay, now how can I fit in going to the gym, or how can I plan my meals now where they fit? Because working 12 to 1, I felt like with the whole like intermittent fasting thing, for example, it would be really difficult, because I felt like eating at like 11, half 11 was too early, but I couldn't wait till 1:30 to eat. So that's something that I have been trying to kind of juggle with, which then started causing me to eat a little bit before work and a little bit after work, which to some extent might be okay, but it's not something that I feel like has been helping me out in terms of trying to lose weight, because then I find myself snacking a bit more throughout the day, because I'll be eating little bits here and there. And I think when you eat little bits, for me, when I eat little bits here and there, I don't realise how much I'm actually eating, whereas I would rather have like 3 kind of set meals and maybe 1 snack during the day. That's something that I think would work best for me, which is exactly why I said about no snacking after lunch in like one of my rules. Now I feel like I'm very set in my new routine. I feel like I'm very used to it now. I'm very happy with it, which means now I can start, I know when I've got the time, I know when I have the motivation to do stuff, and having motivation to do it is something that for me is really important. I really feel like you know, I have to do this for myself. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing it for myself. And that is the most important thing for me, is because I feel like if I'm doing it for other people, like it's not, I'm not going to put in as much effort as what I should do. And this is something that is 100% for myself. It's not for anybody else. To some certain extent, I don't really care what anybody else says about it. So I had them rules, which I'm definitely going to continue kind of trying to stick to, and trying to plan my like eating habits and things like that around it. But there's a couple more things I want to do. So as I said, I got a job in Brook School. There is actually a gym just literally like a minute from Brook School. It's just like, it is literally right next to Brook School. And I've decided to join there. It was something that I was thinking about for a while. I like the fact that it's somewhere where I can just go. I'll be able to drop Brooke off at school and go straight there, and then come home and have enough time to get ready for work, anything else like that. Another reason why I wanted to join this gym is because, like, me going to the gym first thing after taking Brooke to school was something that I really, really enjoyed. I felt like I was really doing, like, I was getting a really good workout. I felt like I wasn't really tired, and I wasn't, it didn't make me feel like sick, and, I there was no excuse as to why I couldn't go. I've tried going to the gym in the evening. To be perfectly honest, I am, like most evenings, me and John are just exhausted. We tend to go to bed quite early because we get up early in the morning, and I just think it's something that, like, there's always a reason why I can't. Sometimes if Brooke wants me to put her to bed, or I feel like if there's, house stuff like washing, things like that I need to do in the evening. And it's just not something that works for me. I think if there'll be periods of time when, like, Brooke's off school and things like that, which is fine because I know it's only for like a week or two. But for the majority of the time, I find me working out in the morning to be something that I really enjoy doing, and something that just works for me. The second thing that I wanted to do is show what I'm eating again on a regular basis. So I don't use Snapchat anymore. Snapchat's changed quite a lot, and I feel like a lot of people don't really use it anymore. So I wanted to share things on my Instagram stories. So what I'll do is I will show everything that I'm eating. I also wanted to share my workouts that I do. I won't be filming my workouts because I'm just going to be going on my own, so I won't have anybody to film for me. However, I will like write them up and share with you exactly what I've done. Just thought that'd be fun as well. And then again, it's kind of that extra motivation to get me to the gym. I'll quickly show the pictures now. I feel like until I see some major changes, there's not really a lot I want to say about them. I mean, I like taking them. Still love the fact that I have that first picture, and it definitely does like keep me motivated. But the thing that I do want to say is, you really try not to be so overwhelmed, and I think that's something that has definitely caught me out in the past, is that I've started doing something, and then I've seen someone else say, oh, you should try this, so I try that, and then you kind of get into this habit of constantly changing things, constantly copying other people who you think, oh, I want to look like them, so you do what they're doing, when obviously they've had a journey that's taken them to there, and what they're doing now probably isn't what they were doing at the start. And that's one thing that I love, is I love sharing what I'm doing now, and I'm hoping that in a year or two, when I have made a lot of progress, which I'm so determined that that's going to be the case, that then people can look back on these videos and look at what I was doing at this point and kind of go along the journey with me in a sense, because I think that's a lot more realistic than just jumping to what these people do when they're eating 2,500 calories a day, gaining a lot of muscle, and don't have a lot of body fat. And obviously it's a process that's taken them to get to that point, whereas if you're someone like me, if I was to do what they're doing now, the chances are I'd probably put on weight, I wouldn't see a lot of progress. Not to mention that, as I said, everyone's very different. So yeah, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, any topics, anything you want me to talk about, leave them in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget that my giveaway is open until tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time, which I will also link down below. So it will be your last 24 hours to enter. I will do some more in the future. I would quite like to do like a fitness giveaway as well. I think that'd be quite fun. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.